Have you ever met someone who can remember faces perfectly, but forgets names within seconds? Or maybe that person is you. You shake hands, you hear the name clearly, and just moments later, it's gone. It feels awkward, embarrassing, sometimes even disrespectful. But here's the truth. Most people don't realize forgetting names easily is not a sign of low intelligence. In fact, the psychology behind it is far more deep, human, and revealing than you think. Let's start with the first layer. Lack of emotional connection at the moment of introduction. When you hear a name for the first time, your brain quickly decides, is this important or not? If there is no strong emotional trigger, no curiosity, no excitement, no personal relevance, your brain simply doesn't store it deeply. Names are abstract. They don't carry meaning instantly. They don't create imagery, so your brain treats them like temporary data, not long-term memory. Second layer, attention overload. Think about what happens during introductions. You're not just hearing a name. You're thinking, how do I look? What should I say next? Am I making a good impression? Your brain is juggling multiple tasks at once, and because of this cognitive overload, the name, the simplest piece of information, gets lost first. It's not that you didn't hear it. You just weren't fully present when it mattered. Third layer, lack of association. The human brain remembers things better when they are connected to something meaningful. 4. Example, a story, a visual image, an emotion, familiar reference, but most names come without any of these. Hi, I'm Jake. That's it. No story, no image, no anchor, so the brain struggles to store it because it has nothing to attach it to. Fourth layer, social anxiety and pressure. Some people forget names, not because they don't care, but because they care too much. They want to be liked. They don't want to make mistakes. They feel pressure to respond perfectly. This anxiety consumes mental space, and when anxiety increases, memory performance decreases. So ironically, the more you try to remember the name, the faster it disappears. Fifth layer, brain prioritization system. Your brain is constantly filtering information. It asks one simple question. Do I need this right now? If the answer is no, it lets it go. Names often fall into this category because they don't seem urgent. They don't feel immediately useful. They don't trigger survival instinct. So your brain chooses efficiency over storage. It's not a flaw. It's a design feature. Sixth layer, familiarity versus uniqueness problem. Some names are very common when you hear them. Your brain goes, I already know many people with this name, so it doesn't treat it as unique information. Without uniqueness, memory becomes weaker. On the other hand, unusual names are often remembered easily because they stand out. But here's the deeper truth most people miss. Forgetting names is not about memory weakness. It's about attention, emotion, and meaning. Your brain remembers what feels important, and if a name doesn't feel important in that moment, it simply fades away. So what can we learn from this psychology? Be present when meeting someone, repeat their name, consciously create a mental connection or image attach the name to something meaningful, because memory is not about effort. It's about how deeply you engage with the moment. And here's something powerful to understand. People don't feel respected when you remember facts about them. They feel respected when you remember their name. Because a name is not just a word. It's their identity. Let me leave you with something deep. Sometimes, forgetting a name is not a memory problem. It's a reflection of how present you were in that moment. Now ask yourself honestly, do you forget names because your memory is weak? Or because you were never truly paying attention to the person in front of you? Write your answer in the comments below. And if this video opened your eyes to the hidden psychology of memory and human connection, don't forget to subscribe to NeuroX Secrets, because here we don't just talk about behavior. We reveal the invisible patterns controlling your mind and your life.